I was like, you must have been driving like a bat out of hell because you got there in like 3 hours. No. It's really just my mom and my dad.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like very straight to the point with most people.
Right.
But I'm sure they would be thinking it. I just find that I don't drink as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And and it's not even like, it wasn't even like consciously. It's just like, I just don't like seek out alcohol as much as I used to anymore. Let's continue on our self-care journey. So hair is definitely a big part of like self-care for me. Relax. So I try to do my hair every week, and it's not even try to, like I've kept it pretty like consistent. This is like my time for the week, and honestly it used to be more of like I'm just doing this, like doing my hair or whatever for myself. Now it's more of like, I won't say work, but I do film every time I do a wash day these days. So earlier in this video you saw me do like some other like self-care, self-help type of things. I won't say self-help, self-care. It's not a book, girl. Self-care type of thing. So you saw me go to the gym. Then you guys also saw me go get a facial, which I just started doing that last year, like religiously. It used to be like here or there I would go get a facial. Now I'm doing facials once a week, or once a month. What else did I show you guys already? Oh, I went and got my wax. People have asked me before like, oh my gosh, like it's so painful, blah blah. Like literally the more you go, the less painful it gets. So now that we've covered, you know, those things and like went a little bit in depth there, I do just want to say shout out, special thank you to our sponsor today, BetterHelp, who has helped me on my therapy journey. And let me just say, like, I always knew like therapy was something like I wanted to give a try, I wanted to do, and I've never done it before. And I felt like this year, 2024, was like gonna be the year that I actually tackled it, because, you know, everybody has their things that they just want to like get better in. I have a temper like you would not believe. I have a temper. When I went and signed up, it was such a seamless process, but I was also just so happy with how in depth they went and how many questions they were asking me about like what it was that I wanted, who I was as a person, and what I wanted in a therapist, because I had very specific things that I wanted out of a therapist. Like I wanted a therapist that had the same faith, like religious background as me. I wanted a therapist that was a woman. The other thing I really like about their setup is that you can choose like what way like you're most comfortable during your therapy sessions. If you don't want to talk to anybody, like actually hear anyone's voice, and you just want them to write you out some sound advice, they can do that too, which I feel like is so easy and adjustable like for anyone. And although I got matched with my therapist like the same day, in most cases it does take about like 48 hours. I feel like my favorite thing about it though is if I don't like my therapist, or at any point I decide, you know, I want to switch this up, I want to try someone new, I don't have to do the awkward like therapy breakup. Like just a click of a button here and they can find you another therapist that like meets your criteria. I just think it's such a nice way to kind of ease into something that is going to help you have like a better year overall. And you can use my link to go ahead and get started on that process. I was a little nervous when I set it up, but when I just saw how easy the process was and how like straightforward they were being, but also thorough, it just made me feel so much more comfortable about it. You know how sometimes you get like the jitters about a situation before you're even like anywhere near it? That's how I was feeling about therapy, and just going through the setup process, it made me feel so much more comfortable with it already. And even being able to chat with my therapist before I even had my first session just made it so much nicer. But like I said, you can use my link. I'll show it here on screen, and it'll also be down in the description as well for you guys to go ahead and set up your BetterHelp for you so that you can get your 2024 started off right too. On that note, I've also been very intentional like with my spiritual journey this year. I feel like it kind of started last year, but also this year as well. So it was super important that I found a therapist that had like the same faith as me, but also wanted to make sure I was just diving more into my religion. So I am Christian, and I'm pretty sure my church is non-denominational. I feel like that's bad if I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's non-denominational. If you're here in Chicago, I go to New Life Southeast. I love it. I've actually been going to that church since I was in college. And if anybody here goes to that church, you know that we have not always had the church home that we have now. If you guys don't already, you might want to turn on your notifications on here because we have been doing Bible plans together. And I think I'm going to start linking them down in the description bar for you guys, like the current Bible plan or the one that we're going to be using on every Sunday and Tuesday video, because you guys know my upload schedule is Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. And what I've been doing here lately is starting a new Bible plan every Sunday. I'm gonna be completely honest, like when I go to church, I don't really talk to that many people. It's really just like me and my mom. We go to church, we kind of sit like on our own, like away from a lot of people. Like one thing I'm kind of like trying to push myself to do is like be more, I guess be more active in the church and like fellowship with people more. I don't think I've ever done that in my adult life, like, you know, gone to like Bible studies at church and whatnot. I've never done that in my adult life, so I'm trying to like push myself to get there and get to that point. It might seem like I have a lot of personality on here, but in person I'm very much so like closed off when I meet new people. And I wouldn't say I'm an introvert. I'm just an introvert around people that I don't know. And once I get around people that I am comfortable with, then I sort of become extroverted. And I do just want to mention, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm just going to start pushing stuff off on you guys. As our channel gets bigger and our community grows, there are going to be like more sponsorship opportunities that come my way. But I do just want you to know I am being very mindful of like what I do accept, because more often than not I say no rather than yes, especially if it's something like I just don't feel like will resonate with you guys or doesn't resonate with me. Like I'm not gonna just forcefully be pushing things, but this therapy couldn't have come at a better time because it's something I've always wanted to do and I just have been so apprehensive to do it. Let's do some skincare. I need paper towels. You guys should have seen it earlier in this vlog. I went to go get a facial. Let me find a hair clip first. So now I'm gonna do like an at-home, it's not like a facial really, but it's like my at-home like masking. So I try to do like a face mask like once a week. Like I call it my everything skincare. So to start, I'm gonna be using some oil to cleanse my face. This was influenced by TikTok. I don't know how you say this, Anua Heartleaf Pore Control Cleansing Oil. I saw the girl using it and she could like see like the CBM like in her hand. So you want to put it on dry skin so it really breaks up everything. That's what I saw online, and that's also what Chrissy told me to do when I told her I got some. Anytime I get new skincare, I tell her what I get, but every time I go to her, she'll ask me, have I added new products in? What does my skin feel like? I literally, like water running down your arms is like the worst thing in the world. I need to just get some of those little things off of Amazon. Okay. So that was our first cleanse to get everything off. If I had on heavier makeup, I would do do 3 cleansers, but so this is the cleanser I use day and night. It's the IS Clinical Cleansing Complex. This is a pricier cleanser. It's like $45 for a bottle. And I would say a bottle lasts me about like 3 months or so I'm not buying it all the time. But some drugstore, okay, we gotta turn the water off. So loud. Some drugstore options I really like are La Roche-Posay. I really like their stuff. Also Cetaphil. And one thing that was like a game changer for me is making sure you're cleansing your skin for long enough. So if you're just doing a quick 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you rinse your face off, you're not getting it all off. Like the cleanser needs time to like sit on your face. And I try to cleanse for at least a minute to make sure I was getting everything off. And I also use paper towels. I don't use a towel. So it's mask time. I feel like I've shared this mask like 1 or 2 times on here before. This is a mask that I use once a week. It's from, I don't know how to say this. It's Biology, but this is their rebalancing face mask. This is what it looks like doo-doo, basically. And also it does not smell good. It's not like it smells like grapefruit. No. Now one thing I do need to get better at is like exfoliating my skin on a regular basis. I need to get something. I've been meaning to try out the Dermalogica little like powder. This is what I'm about to do with my brows and everything. I do that once a month. And if you go get facials, try not to do this right before or right after you get your facials. You want your skin to be clean so that the wax will really adhere. If it's all oily, it has like all the skincare and stuff on it, it's not gonna really adhere that well, and you're just gonna be causing pain for no reason. It's not gonna be ripping any hair off. And let me show you guys the little wax kit I use. It's just but the Sally Hansen strips. Can you see? It's just the Sally Hansen ones that are like pre-stripped, or you know what I'm trying to say. Actually, all the strips in here I cut up. These are the last two I have left, and then I just have this piece, which is like cut from another that I used before. I don't use any of these as they come. On top. Oh. And I always hold it up to the wall so I can just see what it snatched off. Just always careful of like where the top part of the strip is landing. You don't want to accidentally rip off like half of your edges. I've done that before. Pull the skin taut. Look at that. Because my hairline and my brows will connect. I think I've told you guys that before. If I don't wax them. That's really the most painful part, and I just have to really go ahead and get it out the way and get it done with. I feel like I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff, and I want my brows to be done, and I want them to look cute for like, Trust me, I have done everything that you could possibly do. I'm cutting like a half moon shape out of here. And that is what I use to wax like this. You see? Hopefully you can see. Because my brows have an arch to them, I'm just gonna place it right there. So it's gonna get most of the hairs, and anything that's like close up, I can go in with my tweezers. So you see like where I placed that? Ooh, this one got a lot. Can you see? Ooh, that's almost clean. Look at that brow. This is my good brow. You know how everybody has like a good brow, bad brow? This is a good one. Now, I'm really trying to get my brows to the point where they're both good, but you know, you have to have one bad child. I mean, you know, parents say they don't have favorites. I have a favorite brow. Oh, you got a decent amount out. Tweezers, they're not fancy. I don't even know where I got these from. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in. Oh, okay, that one didn't hurt. I thought it was gonna hurt. I actually don't have a ton of hairs to get over here. Ow. You know how you just have that one hair that you get that hurts so bad. Okay, you know what? I actually think that's fine. Just put it on. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. One time I did it too hard right here, and I was looking like that man that had the little mustache right there. That was sad. This is the tinting kit I use. It's from Ardell. Can you see her? Yes. And the shade I have is soft black. Now, if you're gonna tint your brows and you have somewhere to be, do it like 3 days before. Give them some time to come down. Like this little thing of powder. This is like your tint. Did I show you guys that clearly? It's this. And then you get your developer. I low-key need to get another one of these. I feel like this is like kind of old now. Just put some powder in there, and then I just stir it around until it looks about like this consistency. It comes with a spoolie, and it tells you to put it on with the spoolie. And you can do that if you want. So like what I do is I take my clean angled brush and I dip it in here. Let me Where's my... Brush your brows up and like how you like to wear them. Just fill it in with the tint on my angled brush rather than the spoolie. Like the spoolie does nothing for you. Personally, I like the spoolie does nothing for me. If you have used a spoolie and it works for you, great. It doesn't work for me. This brow is starting to match the other brow and I'm low-key so proud of it. And then I'm just going back and adding more because my philosophy is I would rather it look dark and crazy like tomorrow and then it's gonna fade out and the next day and the next day. And like by day, that's why I say 3 days. By day 3, it's gonna look perfect. We're gonna leave that on our brows for a little bit while we dermaplane. And low-key, I don't really dermaplane my whole face. I really just get my sideburns. And I have a bunch of them because I use a new one every time I do this. And that thing is probably gonna last me well into next year because I don't do this all the time. Like this. I don't know if this is right. I don't need anybody yelling at me. It does what I need it to do. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, that peach fuzz. And then I go a little bit like up here because my hairline, like I have hair that's right here. I can only imagine like as a child, I was like, whoosh, like a full bush of hair all over my face. I'll remove that. Something on this side that I did on the other. Just take a paper towel, wet it, and just rub it off. And then I go back and I just do this a couple times to make sure I'm getting everything off. That's it though. And that's it. That will usually last me about a month. Hi. So you guys came with me to the store and we got a bunch of teas. And tea is like, to me, very much part of my self-care. Like I have a tea every morning. I usually have one midday. I have one before I go to bed at night. And I drink different teas depending on what time of day it is. Like this is my ginger blend tea. I also think this one that I have here, this pineapple blend, is also I think this is like a pineapple ginger. The one I had before was pineapple ginger, so I think this one is it. This is a green tea and mango. I either get this one or just like a plain green tea, but I like to have green tea every morning and then I'll usually have one like midday. I did get like 2 new teas that I haven't really had regularly, but I want to start incorporating them more because I heard that they have like a lot of good like benefits for you. So I have this spearmint tea and then I also have hibiscus tea. I'm gonna go and like show you guys like my tea drawer because this is something like I set up for myself last year. Okay, y'all, this is our tea drawer. Let me get you a better angle. Hold on. Okay, that's a better view. This is my tea drawer, y'all. And it's just like a drawer in my kitchen that I repurposed. Like this literally used to just be our junk drawer, and I just repurposed it for my teas. So I got all of these little containers that you see here. I got them at the Container Store. I'll try to find like an exact link for them. I want to say these are like the 3x5 little ones. Then I have these little ones. I want to say these are like the 2x2. I could be completely wrong. I'm gonna link them down below, so check the description. These are just like some loose teas. I know this is probably like the best way to like store these because they've like been exposed to the air and everything, but I lost the package apparently. But I just put like little extra like teas or whatever if I'm like running out of tea. And I want to create space, I'll put these back here. This larger one, a larger square one, which I keep like little tea accessories. That's for my cabinet lights. But I keep little tea accessories in here. Like my boyfriend's mom, she got me this like tea steeper to put like my tea loose leaf teas in. And then this is a jasmine green tea. So I have like this immune support tea. Like I said, I do drink yogi teas from time to time. I have this immune support tea. I really only drink that and have it on hand in case I get sick, as well as this throat comfort tea. And then this other tea is from the same brand I was showing you guys before, Ted In. It's a chamomile honey tea, and I will drink this one at night. I admittedly don't really reach for this tea that often. That's why I still have some left. Like these tea bags are like super old.